This week, we're in the Bahamas.
No, we're not.
This is the Isle of Skye, perhaps Scotland's most famous island, and we're making the most of the rarer than hen's teeth sunshine and heading off to hike in search of fairies, waterfalls and truly magnificent beaches.
We're the Newbies, a family of travellers with big dreams. I'm Tara, this is John, and this year we were joined by our little boy Crusoe. 2020 threw the world for a loop, and it sent us on a journey. Not wanting to waste a single minute or second of it, we embraced van life and travelled to over 20 countries in Europe in our self-converted camper van. With the arrival of Crusoe into the world, our priorities remain the same. To make every moment matter. To take this little family around the world and to teach our children about huge horizons. Life full of opportunity and adventure around every corner. But first things first, we're going to need a bigger van. So enter Safari and on with the van build. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we make sure that this family life is nothing short of extraordinary.
We have a confession.
What's the confession?
We've been on this trip for 2 nights and tonight will be our first night in the van.
Yeah, well. So Crusoe's had a poorly tummy. So we've stayed in hostels for the last 2 nights.
But tonight, on the Isle of Skye, will be our first night in the van.
I don't know, we'll have to come back again. Crusoe's missing it all.
Just seems to be sleeping through the whole thing.
That's it. We are on Skye. Where should we go first? Let's have some breakfast, shall we?
Let's have some breakfast.
Starving.
Crusoe's delighted to be on Skye.
Fairly shortly, we are going to climb up the side of a hill to see a rock that stands sort of upright like this. I can't remember the name.
The Old Man of Stawell.
That's the badger. So we're going to climb up there. But first, we're having breakfast. This is our first meal that we're cooking in the van. It's working out quite nicely. Very pleased that I got the gas sorted before we came away.
Yeah, it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was.
I'm excited for a cup of coffee.
Yep.
Just contemplating how lovely it is to be in a bigger van.
Even though it is unfinished.
Even though it is unfinished, and we do miss Cotty a lot. But to be able to sit here, enjoy that view with a cup of coffee, nobody knows we're in here, have somewhere, it's really windy outside, to have somewhere to sit that's not like in the wind, to be able to boil the kettle for some coffee without having to fight the wind on the gas burner, what a treat.
It is a treat, isn't it? So first breakfast, success.
Massive success.
Shall we head on out for a walk?
5 minutes. I've got
5
my
minutes.
chocky and my coffee.
Come on then, let's go.
All right, are you ready? Mum, I need more clothes. Quite right too, mister. Let's get you bundled up, your favourite thing ever.
Stick the dragons on, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Tara and Crusoe are procrastinating. I am desperate to get out into the views.
Crusoe, should we go for a walk? Should we go for a hike? Reckon that's yes.
Come on, darling, me and Crusoe are ready. We're waiting.
The Old Man of Stawell.
4.5 kilometres, 2.7 miles.
Yeah, difficulty moderate. Ooh, bring a map where they can change quickly. The rock faces are unstable. There you go. Keep your dogs on a lead.
Brilliant.
Off we go.
Off we go. This route is a circular route. It goes out one way and then directly back the other way. So I suppose if you were in a super hurry, you'd just scoot straight up the hill and back down again.
But I did the last time I came here, straight up the hill and back down again.
Well, I've never been here. This is the first time, so good for me. It's a 4.5 kilometre walk all the way round. Why not go and do the whole entire walk and not be lazy like Tara?
Excuse me? Yeah, all had everything to do with the time last time.
Of course, if you're in a real hurry and you only come to Skye for a day,
That's what I did.
just scoot straight up and down the hill.
Yeah, it was a dream to come to Skye and I only had one day, so
Crusoe's got no opinion on this. He's staying right out of it. Good for him.
fast asleep. Yeah.
Looks like there's some steps coming up, and it looks like it gets a little bit steeper. So this is the bit that you've not enjoyed before, isn't it?
Yes. If anyone wants to meet my dear friend Elizabeth, she would tell you how much I whinged.
Well, it looks pretty steep. It's getting that way, but we can definitely see the rock pointing up right now. It looks fairly spectacular, even though it's camouflaged almost behind the other rocks or in front of the other rocks. But we're coming up to some pretty gnarly looking steps now. You've got a thing growing out of your head, darling.
Check it out.
That's all right, isn't it?
Look how beautiful it is up here.
Well, I'm delighted.
Amazing!
Crusoe, once again, doesn't have very much to say about it all, but I'm sure if he ever gets a chance to look back on this, he'll be delighted at 8 weeks and a few days he slept his way through.
A hike to the Old Man of Stowe.
Well done him. Crusoe is starting to whinge a little bit,
It's
so
very windy for the little man,
I
so
think-
we're going to take him down, I think.
yeah, that's a good idea.
All in moderation, I think, when there's such a little person.
Let's go and have a bit more drive around the island, see what's next. I think we might see a waterfall.
You like waterfall? Off in search of waterfalls.
We are. This one's another part of Skye that I've never seen before, so it would be lots of new things today. That's cool, isn't it? That was worth stopping off for.
Hey buddy, what do you think?
Really wanted to fly a drone around here and get a great shot of that waterfall from out at sea, but there's a big sign saying no drones because of nesting birds. Never mind. How about that?
Oh man, isn't it beautiful? What a day. It's very, very special.
It is, isn't it? Gosh, I tell you what, even if the ferry pools, we can't find them, it's still very worth coming down this road. I think it's an old loggers road, you know?
Really? Oh, yeah. There's lots of timber traffic signs, isn't there?
Yeah, that's it. You ready, my darling?
Here we go.
Huh?
Sun cream.
Sun cream. Sun cream in Scotland, eh?
Alrighty, let's make a move. There we go. To the fairy pools.
Leaving the van behind in a car park just up the hill from the fairy pools. Apparently further down that way there is a car park for the fairy pools, but you've got to pay for it.
Got to pay for it. Check this out. Crusoe has to have sun cream and a hat on in Scotland.
In Scotland. What a lovely day.
It's beautiful.
Look at that view. Come on, Crusoe.
The fairy pools are a really popular spot on Skye, and there was a fair bit of traffic when we were there, even though the season was only just getting started. They're a series of enchanting little waterfalls and rock pools that tumble through the valley from an impressive backdrop of mountains beyond. We saw quite a few people donning wetsuits and canyoning through them, which looked awesome. With our little person in tow, it'll have to be on the list for next time. Just as soon as Crusoe's big enough to get himself into a wetsuit, and his mum is brave enough to let him put his head underwater. Quick change of agenda this morning. The weather is epic all of a sudden. There's not a whisper of wind. The rain's gone, we've got some blue skies, so
We're going to go to the beach, why not?
why not? It looks amazing down there, the water's like glass. So we're off to see a little beach called Coral Beach, which is just past Dunvegan Castle.
No sunbathing though.
No sunbathing. So the beaches here are formed from the bleached skeletons of a red coralline seaweed called marl, which grows very slowly, 1 millimetre a year. And it's long-lived, with some marl beds thought to be around 8,000 years old. Isn't that amazing? Lots of starfish, sea urchins and shellfish live here. And that's about it, darling. That says about Coral Beach. That cloud, bad news, man. We had a blue sky day. And the beach here is really well known for its turquoise waters, which you kind of need sunshine and blue skies for. Crusoe needed a feed though, so we've just been tucked up behind a little rock, which made for perfect shelter while he filled his tummy. But now the sun's gone behind the cloud. But anyway, can't have everything. This is the joy of travelling with small people.
I know. Yesterday we were walking around Portree, lovely little town, looking for somewhere nice to eat. We found this wonderful pub. Can't remember the name of it. It had little greenhouses outside the front of it, which was really cool. Nice warm place to sit down and eat outside with a pint. But Crusoe had other ideas, and so Tara and I spent the whole evening tandeming, relay racing almost, with Crusoe, one of us walking him around the streets of Portree while the other one ate. So I had a great beer and a fish supper, and so did Tara, but we just had them at different times.
Look at that! Lovely up here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Wow.
We've just been watching a couple of people down there swimming.
Mental. I got cold at looking at them.
I'm thinking about it.
It's amazing here, so beautiful.
A little bit windy though.
A little bit windy and I think it's rain coming, so we better head back to the van.
Yeah, quickly.
First night in the van tonight, and I think this is going gonna do perfectly, love. What do you reckon?
Sea views, love it.
Sea view.
Just like the olden days.
Just like the olden days. Opening up the Park4Night app felt like reuniting with an old friend.
That's great. 40.3 by 90.5. So I've got all my power tools with me, and of course because we've been building the van in a car park anyway, makes no difference. I can finish off when we've got some time, little bits and pieces here with a sea view.
Nice. Ooh, nice work.
How you feeling, darling? First night in the van?
Excited.
Yeah.
A little bit apprehensive.
Yeah. Why apprehensive?
Because it's pretty cold.
It is cold outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be...
Very windy and it's chilly.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 degrees tonight, isn't it?
I think that's the lowest it goes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cotti, we slept in Cotti at -1, remember? Coming over
Yeah.
the Alps in the snow?
I don't worry about us at all. It's just the little man
Yeah,
that we've got to think about. So
we do.
we'll bundle him up nice and warm and see how it goes.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Not fingers crossed, though. You can't go fingers crossed with a baby. You have to be sure, don't you?
To be sure.
We weren't sure about our little man and the cold, and so we left our park-up spot and headed for a cheap B&B in Portree. All was not lost though. There'd be pubs and sunshine in Portree.
A very rare moment. Crusoe has let us come to the pub.
And I'm having my first glass of wine in almost a year out
In
of
a-
plastic cup.
A plastic cup, what a shame. Anyway, cheers. Brilliant. Empty plates. Nailed it. Next week, we're in Antigua.
You have a woolly hat on, you cannot get away with that. We are in the Outer Hebrides.
We're in Uist, Lewis and Harris. What amazing beaches there are here.
Incredible. Thank you so much once again for watching. It means the world to us. Please remember to leave us a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week.
Crusoe, myself and Tara would be extremely grateful. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks,